It's me again, guys. Harp. I just want to come and talk for a minute, and I'm gonna let you know that I think our problem is black people. We kind of feel that slavery is over, and I want to make known that it's not. I've said that in my previous talks and discourse. Now you don't see my face. I don't think that's necessary. Sometimes I just talk better with a picture or without even expressing. But this is a movement that we really need to pay attention to. We really do. And this is a space that is open to us right now. And I just want you to hear it. I want you to hear it. I want you to receive it and get it in your heart. I want you to subscribe to this channel. I'm part of this movement as a free market agent and as a black person, as being black first, concerning our issues in a very serious manner. Very serious manner. And we have to be serious. We have to be direct. We have to be honest. And that's not what we've been doing. We haven't been being honest because there's a lot of mix up and confusion with us and our honesty because of trying to actually live in this environment as a black person. We're trying to live here in this environment as a black person. And we don't understand doing that, trying to be here as a black person, cause problems along when you're not treated as a person. And that's who black people are. That's who we are. We're not treated as people. And see, that's our problem in this system of white supremacy. That's our problem. We're not treated as people. We're treated as an engine, a thing. And see, you have to treat people a certain way. And I think black folks need to understand that. We need to really get it. We need to really see it. We need to really understand it and really get what it is to be black in these circumstances. Hold on for a second. I'm back, guys. Thank you for waiting for a second. Being black in these circumstances is what we are doing because we have to. But we're now doing something different. At this hour, in this time, we're standing, we're saying something that is important and essential to us, according to how we're shaped and what we're dealing with. Reparations is the center of our movement. Regardless of what we got to expose, unlearn, relearn, reparations is the center of it. And people think that, well, reparations is because black people want money and black people want something for free. I mean, everybody want money. That's the name of the society because that is the way in which you can be healthy in terms of exchanging and choices by having that. That's how you pay doctors. That's how you live a comfortable life. That's how you don't worry and stress about things. This is what they have made our nation in terms of exchanging lawfully, you have to have a way made according to what you're shaped to. You're shaped to a society in a world that shares an exchange in capitalism and business. And you as a black person don't have any choices there in terms of leadership. What you have to do is find a job, work for somebody, or be treated less than according to the rules. Because you opt out you opt out the game in the exchange when it comes down to real decisions. And the space we're at now, in my assessment, is our sophistication according to this system. We're being sophisticated about who we need to be and what we need to be, but we're also being realistic about what has happened to us and not just sitting back dreaming in a fictitious manner so we can feel better. Because I actually think a lot of black people want to feel normal. But I'm here to tell you, when I started this talk, you're not normal. You think you are. Sometimes it feels like it because we have normalized who we are and what we've dealt with. In the United States of America alone, if you go around our country, you're going to be revering and you're going to mirror pain of your history as American original sin. You got plantations everywhere that we as black people do not benefit from. Very big mansions and stuff that was places where we suffered. Trees are probably still there that black people hung on. Strange fruit. Remember Billie Holiday? How they just did a movie with her. And it talked about our struggle. So there's no way to get away from who we are and what we've suffered as a blood sacrifice, as a historical war, suffering as prisoners of war. And see, there's a package and a liberty set up for people like that. There's a package and a liberty set up for people who have experienced this in groups. We have not benefited from that. Other people have. Even people that are not part of our nation as United States citizens. I'm talking about the United States. Even though this has happened globally. So I'm not ruling out black people fighting globally. Because this is globally. White supremacy is global. And it chooses who it wants to be a power source over you as a descendant of slavery. Not as a slave in terms of chattel slavery, but the descendants of chattel slavery in terms of the engine of subservitude, industrial slavery, political slavery, and economic slavery. This is where you are now. And you don't see it that way a lot of times, some of you out there. Most of you do. But you don't see it as a total threat because you have some form of freedom in terms of what has happened or what this is now. Well, you can roam a little bit now. I mean, there are people still harming black people physically, but you can actually roam around now. You don't have to just go pick some cotton or something, or tobacco or sugar cane and report to your master and get a whooping if you ain't did all of it and watch other black people be killed. Your children taking out your womb and soul, your family's soul, and you doing what you told and hushing your mouth and not dressing yourself or making yourself look presentable. Or it's not illegal now for you to read and learn. So this is why you take advantage of the opportunity of being corrected and making justice is what we're doing. This is why now it's important. This is why it's important now. This is why. because our system now we're still under it due to the fact that we don't have the keys to come out. We never benefited from the Homestead Act. We never had land exchange and trade. And it's tired now. I'm tired of us not understanding because this is ridiculous. We got too much going on that has affected us in terms of slavery, subservitude, wars, anti-blackness, to make us who we are in a downtrodden manner. Black people killing each other because of the war on drugs, soaking up anything that comes our way, being impoverished. Being in poverty is adjacent to crime. You commit crimes and you do all kind of weird stuff that people don't do who have access to better choices and anchored in better exchange and respected in what the world is today. And that is capital business and honor and power and braveness. So why do you think the United States and her liberties has offered people packages due to the sufferings that mirror our sufferings? Like people not from here, like the Jews, being corrected here. They were treated wrong and they tried to even do a genocide. And people came here and the United States partnered, and now everything's corrected in terms of how they exist according to who they are and how they suffered historically. And we built this country and we are supporting them. We are supporting everybody in terms of being the apparatus of the United States wealth and the wealth of the world globally throughout slavery. And nobody has said it's time to cut these people a check, get the banks involved, get all the counseling involved and everything to get these people to beginning to shape themselves and buffer themselves to be diligent among community and to be functional in terms of business and what we respect as a society and not dysfunctional. And they say, well, you don't deserve this and that because they see black people doing dysfunctional things. That's what they say. Now that you've harmed these people, a lot of them are political neophytes, but we coming together now. However, yeah, we coming. But a lot of them political neophytes, they don't know what's going on. Oh, this happened, that happened. They young men running around with their pants down, with their shirts off and all gangster rap. All that stuff came and was sapped up by us through our docile anchoring as descendants of slaves. People that have no real choice of power. And some of it is a choice that we dropped the ball. Of course, we can say that, but we pick it up now. That does not matter. We're still in litigation. We're still owed. We still pay taxes. We're still in a society that can print our money and that can set up our legislative order as a protection that can now say as power that these people are not to be harmed and killed by you because they were slaves. They were people that you could go out and do this very thing to. So we have to protect them now. That's what it is. That's real protection, anti-lynching bills. They've given people things in our face. All in our face. Especially through the President Joe Biden. And we not saying nothing. We not rising up to the occasion. I don't think so. Not without my voice. And the rest of us, now thank you for revolutionary mindset. It's very needed for our safety. Reparations is not just money. It is money to protect us, but it's also our safety. That's what it comes with. Everything in terms of value comes with a dollar amount. That's why we were slaves for a dollar amount. That's why we were killed and harmed and did wrong for the apparatus of wealth and for a dollar amount. And there is a resourceful exchange to this nation and society. That's why we suffer for a dollar amount. So everything comes with that. You can't get water free because we pay taxes. We pay taxes. We're not let out of this. And then we pay taxes to make other people free of being harmed economically so that they can buffer themselves and choose politicians. We don't even begin to know, honestly, the process when it comes down to anchoring correctly politically. It does take a dollar amount. You owe me. Reparations are blood debt. And we need to know that. And we need to begin the process. We are in litigation and we need to stop playing sports. I heard a guy say something. We need to stop playing sports and we need to stop, even if we got to stop going to their jobs. They need to know our voice. They need to know our power. We're serious. I'm tired of dying in the streets because I don't have protection and legislative order and I don't have economics to show up. You cannot have a voice and show up without that. That's what this is. We think some of these crazy little black folks, oh no, we think money, oh, we're going to go buy cars and get down. No, that's for immature people. First of all, we got to have enough stand up not to be harmed. We can still buy cars and do our thing. We got to have enough stand up to understand you don't have to do bad to get money. You have to be respected. That's the only difference. These people are rich because they did do bad and they have respect for each other to keep themselves buffered. But they're not respecting us. They are very barbaric people in terms of who we are, and we come to change that. They say they want to be better. They say slavery is over. Now, why don't you abide by the law by way of Constitution and respect the souls of those who are descendants of the world's original sin, America's original sin? Why don't you start by abiding by the law, the rule of law, and respect my orders, my constitutional rights as a black person so I can live my life in this country before my children in the right way and have a store on my corner and have a buffer and get a roof on my mother's house. Cut the check.